Good morning. My name is Rodneisha McCathern, and I am a current sophomore here at St. Peter's College, who is currently majoring in pre-law. On June 21st, 2008, I had finally made it. It was the day of my high school graduation. I spent 4 years in high school, all in preparation for this day. But now that it was finally here, I was petrified. Yes, my high school had prepared me for the work, but what about everything else? What about making the right choice on what college to choose? What about leaving my family and friends? What about having to live with a roommate? I'm an only child. I've never had to share a room in my life. I don't even know if I know how to share. What about the class size? I don't want to be just another fish swimming around in a big pond. And most importantly, what about being able to afford school? Coming from a single family home, I knew that a quality education is what me and my mom both wanted. But at the same time, I wasn't trying to break the bank either. But as most of you guys will understand, these were some of my deepest fears about college, and maybe some of yours too. But St. Peter's College, along with the poet, helped me to overcome them. After applying to about 12 other schools and narrowing my choices down to my final 2, I received an email from St. Peter's College stating that there was no application fee to apply. This is absolutely true, by the way. And so my mother kept bugging me, telling me to see the school because maybe I would like it. Me being hard-headed, of course, kept brushing it off until I was finally tired of hearing her say, "Rodneisha, please go and schedule a visit to go see the school." So I set up an appointment and I finally came to visit. As soon as I stepped into the admissions office for the beginning of the tour, I felt a feeling of comfort that I had previously not felt. Out of all of the schools that I had visited, this was the only one that I had a one-on-one experience with, and that I most appreciated. I knew then that when St. Peter's College advertised education one student at a time, they really meant it. Then comes the most important part of the tour for me, seeing the residence halls. After all, this is the place where I'll be calling home. One step into the room, and I was sold. I turned to my mom, and she and I both knew that this is the place where I was to spend my 4 years in college. Then the 4 words that I really did not want to hear came right out of her mouth. "I told you so." I had to give it to her. She was right. But there was only one thing left that could possibly hinder me from continuing my education, and that was the cost. Taking a look at the original number here, I was shocked and a little upset. But after learning that around 98% of the college students here receive financial aid, I quickly regained hope. Then came the thought of, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? A thought that I know may be running through your mind, but it's okay. I found out that it's not as hard as it seems. I started off with thoughts of being an accountant, then ended up starting my freshman year off as a communications major. I slowly worked my way up to a major that I have come to fall in love with now, which is pre-law. I know it's a big change, but St. Peter's College helped me without them even knowing. As I began to take some of my required core classes, I gained a fondness for subjects that I never even thought I would. Taking perspectives on politics, I then knew what path I needed to take. I felt that since I love politics so much, I should only be a politician. But with all the help from our wonderful advisors and faculty, I was able to decide which program would best fit me, which is currently our pre-law program, which is a dual program with Seton Hall that I am enrolled in which I would do 3 years here at St. Peter's and 3 years at Seton Hall Law. I can now say that I am on the correct path of turning my passion into my career. While searching for colleges, I realized that every other college that I had previously applied to were big schools, and they were far away from home. With the close proximity of New York City and the local train stations, I knew that I would be able to get up and go home whenever it is that I wanted to. This occasion allows me to have the independence and freedom of a young adult, but at the same time, it makes it so much easier for me to go home and still be mommy's little girl. Coming from a Christian household and being brought up in Catholic schools, I was used to the morals and foundations that the Jesuit education would provide. With the smaller learning environments, I knew that here I would succeed. The education that St. Peter's College provides challenges the minds. It encourages development in the exploration of values and beliefs. and it also inspires high achievement. Being committed to the Jesuit tradition of pure personalis, meaning personal care, as well as the Jesuit motto of men and women for others, I have learned to give more of myself in everything that I do. The once semi-selfish young lady that used to be is gone, and now the woman who works for others is who you see today. Now that I have shared with you how St. Peter's College has helped me, I want to explain where the poet comes into play. By realizing what my deepest fears actually were and wanting to become a better woman, I often found myself reading this poem that I'm going to share with you today for inspiration. It's titled, "What is Your Deepest Fear?" by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. And it's not just in some of us, it's in all of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. And as we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Thank you.